Watkins, the African American gentleman, 44 years old, who was, I still can't believe I'm actually saying this, arrested for dancing in the streets. Again, you heard me, dancing in the streets. Okay, dancing in the streets. Okay, that guy, or you probably seen the headline, Black man arrested for dancing in the streets in Alameda, California. Or some people would actually leave out Alameda. All right, enough of that. Look, he had a First Amendment constitutional right to dance and to celebrate the fact that he has that and encourage everybody to dance. Guess what? That's right. Right here, dance in the streets for revolution this Friday, June 12th, 3:30 p.m., Jackson Park, Alameda. Yep. Be there, be square, or hey, tune in to the number of live streams are going to be associated with it. But you're saying, well, gee, what is it? Well, let me read it to you, and so you can understand, what it's about. It says basically, dance your heart out and raise your voices. Dance your heart out and raise your voices. And I repeat, dance your heart out and raise your voices in joyful protest. Bring your signs, bring water, bring your voices, bring your masks, right? Social distancing. Please observe social distancing and dance 6 feet apart. God, if you think about that, that's going to look like a cool tapestry. But I digress. When? Where? Join us at Jackson Park in Alameda this Friday, June 12th at 3:30 p.m. There will be, well, I say they because I'm 3,000 miles away, but I'm happy to get the word out. We'll be dancing in the streets. I'm going to be virtually dancing with them through the streets of Alameda from 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time until they reach the police station at 1555 Oak Street. That's 1555 Oak Street. Why? Because, the organizers explain that Black people cannot exist in this country without the threat of racist police mistreatment. And Molly Watkins, a respected resident in the city of Alameda, was harassed, thrown to the ground, and arrested for dancing while Black. Gosh, we have another new term. We are driving while Black, shopping while Black, dancing while Black, walking while Black, birding while Black. You get the idea. All right, this is ridiculous. Look, folks, racism is a mental illness. If you have that problem, seek psychiatric help immediately. But I digress, all right? Anyway, I'm going back to reading the press release. Yes, that's correct. As I call them, Karen, called the cops on a man for literally dancing in the street. Imagine feeling so threatened by Black expressions of joy that you feel the need to call the police as a result. You know what? And I'm saying this to the organizers, I think it was even more sinister than that, because the person that called the Alameda woman, I believe she did it deliberately just to have this Black guy arrested, because she used, okay, first of all, she knew that he actually wasn't doing anything that was outside of his constitutional right or your First Amendment constitutional right. Why do I assert that? Because she used the non-emergency line. If she had used the emergency line to report something like dancing in the streets, she could have been and should have been under California's hate crime laws with respect to 9/11 use, incarcerated. But she used the non-emergency line, and it just so happened that she had the assistance of Alameda police officers who, in my opinion, were racist, and went up with the intent to arrest Mr. Watkins and not just actually see if he was okay, right? Oh no. But I digress. I'll go back to reading the press release. So far, there's been no disciplinary action announced against the involved officers. Sue, I say, file a lawsuit. They say we demand justice. Their objectives are these. One, to show solidarity. They say for the less privileged and marginalized individuals of our society. Remember and honor the millions who have been harassed, abused, and mistreated by law enforcement, such as Molly Watkins. Remember and honor those who were murdered at the hands of police. Oscar Grant, Bay Area killed by BART police on New Year's Eve, through at BART station in Oakland. Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, Eric Garner, Trayvon Martin, George Floyd, Aki Gurley, Tamir Rice, Freddie Gray, Philando Castile, Stephon Clark, Botham Jean, Natalia Jefferson, Michael Brown Jr., Tony McDale, Alton Sterling, and thousands more. Yeah, it's sad that we have this list that people can actually recite now, isn't it? It's psychotic. And they want to demilitarize and defund the police right now. And those are the objectives. But I think the one objective they forgot to add was fun. Okay? In all of this, this is just me talking now, okay? In all of this, what I find really distressing, all right, is that people don't know how to fun anymore. Okay? And what I mean by fun, I mean fun comes when you have mutual love and respect for each other and a good time. Hey, somebody says something insulting to the other person, you apologize. Because in my day, you were raised as gentlemen and ladies, all right? And the idea is, hey, you're supposed to conduct yourself out of respect for the other person. Let me give you an example. This, I think, is 15 years old. I was headed to a tech dinner, and I was alongside a friend of mine, and we were discussing something that happened, I'll put it that way. And I termed it as a cat fight because of an argument between two women. She told me that was offensive and sexist, and I should never use that term again. I haven't used that term in 15 years. Why? Because of my love and my respect for my friend. I didn't say, oh, I'm not sexist. Oh, I'm not this. I just froze and I pivoted. So that's what you have to do. Freeze and pivot. Don't tell the person you're not racist or anything. Listen actively, open your ears, don't interrupt them. And then say, if you said something that they didn't like, that you're not going to do that again. And then don't do it. It's easy. It really is. If you open your heart, you consider yourself a good person. If you don't open your heart and you're not a good person, you're not going to do it. But then if you're not a good person, you don't open your heart, a lot of good things are not going to happen to you. And if you mention certain people, I'm telling you, everybody who acts in a way that's bad gets their comeuppance by the Lord sooner or later. Trust me, okay? Don't be on the list. Love and respect people. Get your tail down there. Dance in the streets. Have fun. Enjoy life. We got to get back to enjoying life. So dance in the streets. Dance to celebrate human beings. Dance to celebrate being yourself. Dance to celebrate a constitution of these United States of America, too often violated by law enforcement for reasons of race and class. No. If you're watching this and you went to watch the Pride Parade or going to, you're very accustomed to seeing people dance in the streets there. Same thing. Same thing this Friday. Get out there and dance in the streets. Play your Lionel Richie music, your Commodores music. Have fun. And subscribe to Zenny62 on YouTube and bookmark oaklandnewsnow.com. See ya. Oh, and lest we forget, boom. Okay. And please, folks, enjoy life. Enjoy life.